So this is the second video in the introduction to Unix and Linux, and we're going to look at how we can traverse around the file system and generally look at where we are. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to introduce the pwd command. So if we write pwd, it will tell us where we are currently in the file system. pwd stands for print working directory. And you can see at the moment I'm in a directory that says /home/jmacy. Now, the first important distinction between Unix and Windows style file systems is there's no concept of a drive letter. So if you're familiar with using Windows, you'd have C:\, D:\, H:\, and so on. In Unix, none of that exists. The Unix file system looks something like this, where at the very top we have this first backslash, which is known as root. This is the root of the entire file system and is owned by the administrator of the computer. Off of that we have a hierarchy of lots of other directories that are generally standard, so these things like /bin, /dev, etc. and USR are generally in every Unix system. So I'm going to use the cd command. Cd stands for change directory, and I'm going to go to the root of my home directory. Print pwd again, you'll see that everything from there is now at the root. If I type ls, we can see the entirety of the current university system here. Now, the example of home here is actually a completely different computer, and home is in fact a server in the server rooms at the university where all of our work is stored. Whereas bin, for example, here is a local disk and it's mounted on the current machine that I'm logged into. As are transfer and transfer2, these are two separate disks within the current machine that I'm logged into. Transfer is a small SSD drive, which is the boot drive, and transfer2 is a much larger hard disk drive. And these drives are there for you to still work on locally. However, this work must be considered volatile because anyone can get in and access this. Now, another nice thing about this, if you look at the machine that we're on at the moment, I'm logged into W23801, there is a directory called /net, and if you look there, I can change to another machine. I'm going to go to WG001, and then I'm going to go to transfer. And if I have a look now at where I am using the print working directory, you will see that I'm on /net, WG801, transfer. This is actually a hard drive on another machine on another floor of the university. And all of the Unix machines in the university are connected together using this format so that we can share work and collaborate. Now that's something we can't do very easily under Windows, which is another reason why learning these things is very important and very useful, because we've actually got quite a lot of storage for local projects just based on the Unix file system. Now, again, print working directory, you'll see now I'm at a part of the file system, /net WG08 transfer, and I want to get back to my home directory. Now there is a shortcut to get home. We use the cd command, the change directory command, but we don't pass it where to change to. So if I press cd and enter now, you'll see that I have now come back to home jmacy. So that's my home directory. So shortcut home every time that we want to go back to the root of our own home directory is to type cd and enter.